welcome back to the podcast. This is Gerardo Gonzalez for the Spear. In today's episode, we'll be discussing the men's soccer team and their recent victories and the tremendous momentum they have going on these past 2 weeks since we did our last episode. So let's get to it. So the San Jose State men's soccer team is currently 7-3-2, and the WAC conference they are 3-0-1. They are unbeaten in the last 7 games so far, and they currently have 4 straight wins. So they have a tremendous positive momentum going forward right now. And it's quite a drastic change from what we've seen during mid-season or as soon as the conference started, and they're still starting to get their starting 11 straight, and it seems like players now from defensive point to the attacking point are clicking all together, and it's pretty great to see as it reflects in the results. So since our last episode, the Spartans hosted Incarnate Word, in which they won 2-1. It was a match where the Spartans had control of the game most of the time, and pretty much they were playing how they wanted to play, and they were pretty much up 2-0 up until the last 10 minutes of the game, where Incarnate Word was able to get a goal, and they started to pressure, and they were close to getting the tying goal towards the last 5 minutes of the game. But the Spartans defensively were pretty solid and kept their composure, and they were able to seal the win and get the 3 points at home. I believe San Jose State could have expanded the score sheet, as they had 22 shots in favor throughout the whole game. So having 22 shots and only scoring 2 goals, it's they missed a lot of opportunities. They could have expanded the score sheet and probably added more goals, but nonetheless, they were able to secure the win at the end. San Jose State junior midfielder Isaac Lomeli scored his first goal of the season in that game. Isaac scored the first one in the first 5 minutes of the game. So congrats on Isaac Lomeli getting his first goal of the season. And sophomore midfielder Bolaru for San Jose State as well got on the score sheet and scored the second of the game, which totaled his goals up to 5 and led the team after that game and as the team's leading goal scorer. San Jose State after the game were bound to hit the road, as they had 2 road games against University of Las Vegas, Nevada, and Utah Tech. And they first faced UNLV as they played in Vegas, and San Jose State were able to get the win again with a score of 3-1. And it was a game that San Jose State pretty much had control again most of the time, and it was a tremendous effort by sophomore midfielder Bolaru once again, as he scored 2 goals in this game, adding to 7 goals in total now after that game this season. And seems like he's getting up there. He's gonna keep on scoring and keep on most likely leading this team in goals scored, and hopefully we can see him in the top goal scorer standings for the WAC conference. And of course, due to his recent performances, he's one of the key pieces in the midfield position, and going forward as an attacker as well. He was able to win the men's offensive player of the week prior, and for the conference with the WAC, and it's something that really good to see for his players. San Jose State win an award of the week like that, and hopefully we can see many more from him, or hopefully we can see many more awards for the rest of the Spartans. And freshman forward Anthony Guzman scored the other goal in that game, also getting his first of the season. So congrats on Anthony Guzman on getting his first goal of the season against UNLV. And this is great to see as players start scoring their goals, and especially in the attacking position. I mentioned in episodes prior to this, players need to start finishing the opportunities that they get, and especially the forwards for San Jose State. If we have forwards scoring the opportunities and contributing to the team in the score sheet, it's pretty much positive, and most likely the team is going to be able to keep racking wins, as it will reflect that the team is clicking on all cylinders, and it's pretty much what they need in order to get up in the standings and have a playoff contention and have hopes of making it far in the playoffs. San Jose State then kept off their road trip at Utah Tech, and they were able to win with a score of 2-0. another brilliant performance by the Spartans, and senior goalkeeper David Swinney was able to get his fourth clean sheet after this game. And while he only had 0 saves in this game, didn't see much action. Nonetheless, it's a fourth clean sheet for him, and he now leads the WAC in most shutouts this season so far with 4. And it's pretty good to see. Another achievement for another Spartan. And hopefully he can continue to rack up those shutouts and help San Jose State, get those wins, which are the most important thing at the end of the day. And graduate midfielder Herminio Padilla was able to get his first goal of the season in this game. He scored the first of the match. A brilliant play as he dribbled past a couple of defenders and as he shot it across the goalkeeper on the other side. Once he got in the box, and it was a pretty good goal to see. And congrats on Herminio Padilla to getting his first goal so far this season. Later on, in the last 10 minutes of the game, freshman midfielder Angel Iniguez scored the second goal of the game and was able to get his second goal of the season and pretty much cap off San Jose State's win with a score of 2-0 and another dominating performance by San Jose State. Utah Tech had a couple of chances here and there, but it seems like San Jose State were clicking all cylinders once again, and it was pretty good to see as the conference play kind of winds down. I believe there's 5 games left of the conference, and hopefully we can see San Jose State fight for a title when it comes to playoffs. Now let's take a look at what head coach Simon Tobin had to say after these past few games.
I think it's been a complete team effort. I know that's a little bit of a cliche, but with this team it does. You can see we're getting goals from different sources, a lot of not just forwards but our midfield. Defensive effort, and that means whole 11 has been very, very good. So, quite pleased, but still a long way to go. Yeah, I think the weekend was tough because when we're on the road in the WAC, we play Friday 7 o'clock, and then we play Sunday at 1. So not even 48 hours, and maybe a little bit unlike other programs. I don't sub a lot, so guys were asked to do an awful lot in such a short time. So coming to this weekend, always at home, makes it a little bit easier without the travel and the whole squad available. So we mustn't take our foot off the gas at all. We need to keep working very, very hard. And Cal Baptist and Utah Valley, I feel, are 2 quality programs this year. So it's I feel these are key games in us trying to get a place in the conference tournament.
And honestly, these 2 road games before they started, I thought that San Jose State were going to have a tough time. It was playing on the road is never easy, and I believe that San Jose State, with a couple wins and tie here and there, they still needed to show a little bit more potential. After these 2 road games, they pretty much proved to everyone that they're all clicking and it's all working out. And it seems like they have their starting 11 set up. They know what subs to put in, what subs to come out, and it's pretty good to see. And after these 2 road games, I think that San Jose State, they're playing the best soccer at the moment, and I believe they're in second place in the WAC conference standings, just behind Air Force. Air Force has a record of 5-4-2 overall, and they are currently undefeated in conference with 4-0. And it will be interesting to see as the 2 will face in a couple of weeks. And basically, whoever wins that game most likely will end up getting first place in conference. I do believe it's on the road, so it's going to be a tough time for San Jose State. So I believe that they need to get their 3 points as much as they can, especially at home. Get those 3 points because it will definitely benefit them moving forward. And hopefully along the way, Air Force could slip here and there. And so San Jose State could basically, have a chance to first place, especially when it comes to facing them. That'll be a great game. So San Jose State will come home after the road trip for the next 2 games as they face California Baptist and Utah Valley. And before we end this episode, here's a clip of me showcasing some of my skills after the last home game against Incarnate Word. Let's take a look. We're here live at Spartan Complex. This is Gerardo Gonzalez for the Spear. We're here live as San Jose State takes on Incarnate Word. And remember to check out Gerardo Gonzalez, The Spear on YouTube, and The Spear, sjsu.com. And remember, Gerardo Gonzalez is always kicking it. Keep an eye on my articles at The Spear, sjsu.com. This is Gerardo Gonzalez for The Spear.